We always ate the same thing for New Year's. Cornbread, rice, black-eyed peas, and my grandfather's special greens. It was tradition in my family, like it is for a lot of folks in the South. A tradition older than any of us, passed down across counties, cultures, and generations. Every year, you'd walk into the grocery store and see empty shelves where the cornbread mix and black-eyed peas had been. People trying to usher the new year in right. But not us. We always got our supplies early. The cornbread came from a box, the black-eyed peas came from a can, the rice came from the pantry. But the greens came only from Grandpa. He grew them himself, tended them like they were something sacred. And 3 or 4 days before New Year's, he'd shut himself in the kitchen to cook the portion for each branch of the family. Nobody was allowed in the kitchen during that time. Nobody. Those days, we didn't cook at all. The whole kitchen was off limits, and none of us wanted to test Grandpa's temper. He was ex-army, and even in old age, he still had that command presence that made grown adults instinctively straighten their posture. When he finally finished, he'd portion the greens into containers, one for each family. He always made sure there was enough for everyone, and repeated the same warning every single year. Don't wait long after midnight to eat your share. Best eat this, lest you want the devil getting the best of you. When we were kids, we hated the greens. Didn't matter. Our ma's would hold us down and make sure at least one spoonful went in. Even newborns got some. They'd mash a little and rub it on their lips so they could lick it off. Everyone had to eat their portion. Blood, marriage, didn't matter. If someone wanted to work New Year's Eve, they were sent with their container in their bag and told to set an alarm for midnight. One year, my pa was working the night shift at the jail. He forgot his container on the kitchen counter. Didn't think too much of it. Nothing bad had happened the whole time he'd been part of the family. The first half of his shift was normal. Drunks brought in, processed, locked up to sleep it off. Just another holiday. But the second the clock struck midnight, everything went sideways. A fight broke out in the drunk tank. A young man who'd been blessed with more confidence than common sense decided he needed to prove himself. Pa was sent in with the others to calm him down. You need to understand a few things about my pa. He's a big man. Always has been. A gentle giant when he wants to be. Ex-Navy. And one of the few officers there who genuinely knew how to subdue someone properly. And he was kind. Even with inmates, he did not care whether you were a prisoner or civilian. He would show you a kind hand, as long as you did so back. He was one of the few in the crew who treated the inmates as people, always offering a kind smile, despite his serious demeanor. He would often fix the TVs when they broke. He was good with his hands, and knew it would be months before the state saw it fit to return one of the few sources of happiness the prisoners had. It was why, when they were released, the prisoners would often stop by our house to have a chat with him. Now, my pa wasn't stupid. He knew what these men had done and wanted none of it near his family. It was why we were taught not to open the door unless it was family, from a young age. No, if it was anyone else, we were told to go wake Pa up. Anyway, they tried talking the young man down, but he wasn't having it. He swung at one of the officers, and that was that. Pa went in. He got the man in a bear hold, but the guy used the wall to push off with both legs, launching them both backward. There's a steel table in the center of the room, bolted to the floor. Pa hit it square in the spine. Officers swarmed in, pressing the rest of the drunks against the wall just to get room to pin the guy down. Once the fight was over, they moved Pa to a back room and called a supervisor. A man who acted like his tiny bit of authority put him one step below God. He was asleep at home, on call, and he didn't want to come in. He told them Pa needed to finish his shift before he could leave for the hospital. And my father, hurting, barely able to stand, couldn't risk his job by pushing back. So he stayed, and he left in the morning. He didn't tell Ma until he was already in the hospital bed. She was furious, not just because he'd gotten hurt, but because he hadn't eaten the greens. She drove to the hospital like a bat out of hell, marched into his room, made him swallow a spoonful before she said another word to him or the doctors. The scan showed his spine had been damaged. He could still walk, but the pain would follow him for the rest of his life. Not long after, Pa got offered a job coding a few hours from home. College, hard work, long nights. It had finally paid off. We packed up and moved, started fresh. But every year, a few days before New Year's, me and Ma still drive down to pick up our portion of Grandpa's greens. I wish I could tell y'all that was the last time someone forgot their greens. But a few years later, it was my turn. I didn't listen either.